Oh, left hook! Triple left hook by Paul!
Mike's hurt.
Mike is hurt.
Mike's hurt.
Yes, he.
The broadcast team was debating what you were doing with your glove. Was it a mouthpiece issue or were you just biting on your glove? What was that? Could you tell us?
Jake Paul just beat 58-year-old Mike Tyson in an incredibly boring boxing match, which was borderline unwatchable thanks to Netflix's awful streaming capacity. 120 million people tuned into what was effectively an exhibition match cash grab. Paul, having the genetic advantage of youth, won to no surprise, but avoided going for the knockout on Tyson, easily winning on points. I'm a body language analyst, and in this video I'm going to be analysing the fight, so let's take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. Our main event tomorrow night, live on Netflix. El Gallo Jake Paul versus the returning of Iron Mike Tyson.
So people don't realize here, but Jake Paul actually stood on Tyson's foot in an attempt to aggravate him to create a spectacle, and it worked. He got slapped. And interestingly, you immediately see Paul begin to pacify by rubbing his groin area. The brain, sensing danger, triggers the defense mechanism, which causes adrenaline to be released into the bloodstream via the adrenal glands. This leads to an increased heart rate and makes the muscles tense up to become stronger and more resistant to damage. Due to this tension, nerve endings then get compressed, leading to a strong urge to scratch and itch, which is why he immediately begins to pacify.
Jake Paul knows how to make an entrance. It's a customized Chevy.
Jake is trying to appear calm, but his non-verbals reveal exactly what he's feeling. He's extremely nervous. We see muscle tension around his lips as he briefly tenses them up before quickly relaxing them again. He's trying to give off a calm demeanor, but this slippage reveals what he's really feeling. The conscious tries to combat this to try and maintain a normal social demeanor, but it's almost impossible to suppress fully, which is why we see that tension. He does it twice.
Sensation turned boxer has turned the sport. It's here. This is incredible. And what must be going through this 27-year-old's mind, like so many members of his generation, dealing with mental health issues. He dealt with drug and alcohol issues. Boxing gave him purpose, discipline, health, community.
We see his mouth tension continue here. He's naturally incredibly nervous, as anyone would be given the circumstances. Now let's take a look at Tyson's entrance. So he's actually doing something very similar. He displays mouth tension the same as Paul, indicating high stress levels. It's difficult to read the non-verbals of boxers, as their heart rates are already elevated. When we become physically active, our muscles fill with oxygen and energy, ready to do whatever the activity is. This results in a need to vent that excess energy, which is why you see boxers moving around when they're not directly being active. Tyson also limits his eyes and head movement here. He does this to limit his stimuli in order to stay focused. This is a conscious decision and shows that he's extremely experienced and disciplined. Now onto the fight.
Like I said, I don't like the fact that they keep messing with that mouthpiece.
Oh, left hook! Triple left hook by Paul!
Mike's
He
hurt.
wobbled
Mike is
Tyson!
hurt.
Mike's hurt.
Yes, he is.
And Mike was highly off balance right there. I don't like how his legs look. Yeah, something wrong with the mouth skill.
That affects his oxygen intake, right?
Yeah, something wrong with...
No, he's fighting. I've seen it throughout his career. It's interesting.
Tyson throughout this entire fight was biting his gloves, and this became more frequent the more times that he was hit, indicating that it's triggered by stress. His frustration at being hit generates extreme stress, and as a result he needs a way to vent that stress, and biting is one of the most effective ways. Biting actually activates sensory receptors in the jaw, which modulates pain signals in the brain, reducing the pain sensations. This also reduces his physiological arousal. We adapted this behavior as when biting down on prey tens of thousands of years ago, chances are it's going to fight back, so this adaptation limits the pain signals, meaning you don't let go.
See Jake Paul land a good right hand to the body after the jab, laid the jab there and threw a good right to the body, pushed Mike off balance again because Mike wasn't ready for it. You don't like to see those kind of punches land because that tells you that his reflexes are off. And
Does he have the one knockout left in his arsenal?
Tyson continues to do this behavior. He has done this his entire career, and it likely stems from him using it as a coping mechanism to deal with stress. A biting fixation also has links to neurological disorders, namely autism spectrum disorder, and some psychologists actually speculate that he has undiagnosed ASD.
Oh, wow.
Tyson's final victory was against Clifford Etienne, the show of respect. That fight lasted 49 seconds. This one goes 16 minutes. And it ends at the final bell. And what a moment it has to be for Jake Paul.
And for Tyson at
Well,
58.
Tyson, but just to see the Jake Paul's having this story, Rosie, go ahead.
Yes, I'm just saying that it's an emotional moment for both fighters. You know, at 58 years old, listen, I'm old, man, you know, and I know how hard it is to, like, get back up there, and I just have to give it to Mike Tyson.
Judge David Yakubuchi sees the contest 80-72, while judges Lawrence Cole and Jesse Reyes see it 79-73, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Jake
Well, it happened. Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson. And the crowd here wondering what to make of it all. Rosie?
Two funny things here. One, Logan knocks off his hat because of this cringy sponsorship they have with this deodorant company. And then two, Jake leaves Tyson hanging.
Jake, congratulations on the victory. Are you surprised that went the distance?
First and foremost, Mike Tyson, it's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it. He's the GOAT. I look up to him. I'm inspired by him, and we wouldn't be here today without him. This man is an icon, and it's just an honor to be able to fight him. And he's obviously the toughest, baddest man on the planet. So it was really tough, like I expected it to be.
I want to go back and forth here. So Mike, if you can respond to that as well. Congratulations on a very strong performance. Are you happy with what you did out there tonight?
Absolutely happy, yes.
Are you surprised it went the distance?
No, I knew he was a good fighter. I knew he was prepared, but I came to fight.
You know, 58, a lot of people thought you shouldn't be here. A lot of people thought you'd be done and dusted in the first round. Do you feel like you proved the world wrong, that you could at least go 8 rounds with a younger man?
I didn't prove nothing to anybody, only to myself. I'm not one of those guys that look to please the world. I'm just happy with what I can do.
The broadcast team was debating what you were doing with your glove. Was it a mouthpiece issue, or were you just biting on your glove? What was that? Could you tell us?
Oh, I have a habit of biting my gloves when I fight, yes.
Why do you do that?
I have a biting fixation.
I've heard about that. I don't want to know more. Stay right here, Mike, if you can.
Tyson then admits that he has a biting fixation. In other interviews, he explains that this fixation grew stronger over time, suggesting it's a compulsive behavior. It's possible that it was caused by childhood trauma, but given that he admits that it has grown progressively worse, I think it's more compulsion. If it were childhood related, it would have been prevalent when he was younger. It's likely getting worse due to his age, making fights like this substantially more difficult, and thus more frustrating, giving him a stronger need to regulate.
Did you try to knock him out?
Man, I was trying to hurt him a little bit, you know. I was scared that he was going to hurt me. I'm trying to hurt him, but, you know, I did my best. I did my best.
Mike, could I ask, do you want to do this again, or are you officially done now?
I don't know. It depends on the situation.
What does your gut say right now? Is this possibly the last time for you?
I don't think so.
You've got more in you. Who comes to mind?
Well, I don't know. Maybe his brother.
You want to fight Logan? Logan, I think he said you might be next.
I'll kill you, Mike.
No, please, no.
It's on then.
Just don't step on his toes. It's all forgiven between you two because yesterday it got pretty personal and heated.
That happens when you get ready to fight. You're in the moment.
Hey, that was a good slap. I like that. Thank you.
If Paul had knocked out Tyson, there would have been uproar. When I heard that this fight was taking place, this was exactly what I was thinking, and the commentators touched on it. All Paul needed to do was win on points, and given the age gap, this was inevitable. And all Tyson needed to do was give him a good fight and survive to the end. This is a money-making event, and I'm almost certain it was prearranged that Paul would not go for the knockout, which pretty much resulted in an incredibly boring and predictable fight.